Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you to the remaining members of the committee for hearing me today. I'm going to skip my introduction and just get to some of the facts that I was hoping to share with you today about this issue. So to put the bill in context, in Rhode Island general law, there are approximately 150 licensing-related statutes and many more regulations that have some of these conviction-related barriers built into them. And these barriers include blanket disqualifications for people with felony records. They include disqualifications based on specific convictions. They include disqualifications based on crimes of moral turpitude, which is a term not actually defined in law. And they also include disqualifications based on an individual's ability to prove that they have good moral character, which is sort of used as a proxy for whether or not you have a criminal record. So roughly 60% of those 150 laws do not specify a disqualifying conviction that is explicitly related to the licensed occupation. So for example, a felony shoplifting conviction from 2 decades ago could prevent you from becoming a licensed social worker. Any criminal conviction that could be deemed a crime of moral turpitude could prevent you from being licensed as a dental hygienist. There is no consistency in how these laws are written or implemented, as Steve Brown pointed out, and no guidance provided to licensing boards regarding how to consider a conviction in the decision-making process. In 2016, Rhode Island was one of 10 states rated unsatisfactory by the National Employment Law Project in terms of how fair, consistent, and transparent the licensing laws are here when it comes to people with criminal records. Since that report was released, 4 of the other unsatisfactory states have actually passed legislation to ease conviction-related restrictions, while Rhode Island has actually continued to legislate more conviction-related barriers in our licensing laws. So why does this matter? Josh Stroman talked about some of the economic impact that we feel here in the state. But I think it's worth mentioning that it's estimated that there are over 70,000 people in Rhode Island with a felony conviction. And, one of the representatives raised this issue of expungement. Felony expungement is only available to people who are first-time offenders at the time that felony conviction occurs, and you cannot expunge a violent felony record, right? So expungement is not really the answer to this issue. So we have many tens of thousands of people who could potentially be denied access to a licensed occupation. 14.5% of our state workforce is actually licensed. So the scope of the issue is quite substantial. And with that, I think I will close and thank you for your consideration. I'm happy to answer any questions.